Hello. All right, I'm back into the painting and energy reading. So I'm just going to do some collective messages while we're letting people hop on. If you're a subscriber, you get a free reading and healing every single time. We can also do some collective messages here for you guys. So I will do my best to answer your questions as well. So let's see what happens here. So welcome in. So again, subscribers get readings and healings every single time. We're just reading energy here, so we're using a little bit of color today. Getting lips right away, so that tells me there's some love energy going on. I also get a little travel. So again, we can do some collective messages. We can do whatever you guys want here. If you're a subscriber, then of course we always go a little deeper with you guys, but this is an opportunity for you to check in where you are. So right away I'm getting like mountain peaks here as well. And because it is the holidays, feel free to get on my email list as well. I just emailed everybody the link to all my offers and sales that I'm doing right now, and I'm going to be offering more things like that. So for people that don't know, hello, welcome in. My background's in psychology, but of course I do a gazillion different things. As you know, I do readings, but I do a lot of healings and clearings and things like that. So I'm offering more specials just so people can kind of get a feeling for things. So it says Mindful Minute, you are going to lose your subscription soon, so feel free to subscribe again. So in general, some of the energy that's coming forward here right away, I'm hearing that ship has sailed. I am doing really well. For some reason, this full moon, I was feeling really off before the moon came in, but I feel like because I did a lot of our stuff ahead of time for our membership group, I feel like I was like clearing a lot of energy and preparing myself for it. So now I'm seeing a lot of cotton candy. So yeah, Mindful Minute, I don't think you're a subscriber anymore, so feel free to resubscribe and come in and get a reading or a message. Right now we're just doing some collective energy readings. Again, if you subscribe for your first time, we always go a little bit deeper. And there's something going on with somebody's stomach, so it's funny, I was picking up on the cotton candy and my nose just started to run, so that's my connection. Thank you very much to the stomach. So let me know, how is your stomach feeling? Are you craving a lot of sugar? Are you wanting more treats? Things like that. I'm starting to spoil myself a little bit more lately. Just feels like, I don't know, with the holidays coming in, it's not a great time to completely deprive yourself. So one of the cool things that's been coming up is we had the energy of the 24th in our daily reading. We started off with the 23rd. We did subscriber readings here. Then we did some more live readings talking about some solitude. Then we had the weekly energy, the full moon energy, which we're now trickling out of. So my sale for the full moon readings that gets sent over to your email. Today's the last day for that. So if you're a subscriber, feel free to come on in. And if you want a reading, we're going to kind of connect to the energy here by using some of this painting that we've already done, plus doing some new energy in it for you guys. And otherwise, we're going to do some collective energy if you want to become a subscriber. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming back in. In the corner, you just click the star, and that's how you become a subscriber. It's up to you how long you want to stay. I really appreciate all the people that support me here. And what I'm doing is I'm looking to find out when my subscribers are coming on and when the best time is for them. And I'm looking to create more of a consistent schedule for you guys, which is fabulous. So there's fear and worry right away. So the Mindful Minute, one of the things that's coming up for you is it's like a lot of fears are coming up for your full moon energy, because again, today is really the last day that we're going to be in that. And so be mindful of that as you have the Mindful Minute in your energy. And the reason why it feels like that's coming up is because there's a little bit of fear around productivity. Okay, we recently worked on the energy of that. So as we send you a little bit of energy, thank you so much. One of the things that comes up is it feels like there's just some past energy. Again, that's common with the full moon, where it feels like it's important for you to learn how to heal and clear the things from the past. Just like, you know, how I offer theta healing downloads, it's almost like you need to learn more tools, how to develop that skill for yourself too, so you can just ask the universe, hey, I'd like to clear this. that sort of thing, how to dig more into the subconscious mind. Okay. One of the nice little offers I'm doing right now, which I've been quite busy with, is I'm doing a email sent over to you where I offer theta healing downloads, and then you say yes to them in the email, and I explain where the energy is coming from. So one lady today, I literally spent like an hour in her energy. It's only 20 Canadian too. Just like sorting this energy out for her, because it's kind of cool to do writing as a tool. So yeah, so that you've got this beautiful healing light coming over you, and it just feels like sometimes it's really just a matter of allowing your mind to relax and to give yourself permission to like let it all go, you know? Because I do feel a lot of energy in your stomach. And as we're talking about stomach energy, so it's like you really, really absorb a lot of energy in your belly. And as a result of that, it feels like it can cause just like tension. So it's a little bit of anxiety, but again, that's something you could definitely clear out. And I just kind of feel like there's a lot of trust coming in for you too, which is beautiful. So this might look like a dark cloud, but it's actually really like working on some deeper rooted seated things. And I think that that's good for you. I think you're ready to move forward with that. For sure. Yeah, so you might want to purchase one of those theta healing clearings and downloads from me as well. It's just something I'm trying out. It seems fun so far while I'm offering it. And thank you so much for resubscribing. So right away, when I still go into collective energy, I'm getting like this pink energy is really highlighted here. And so I don't know why, but it just feels like it's like we're mapping out some things. So it feels like for some reason as a collective energy, there's some business stuff coming up. And I feel like the reason why there's positive energy coming with the business is because it really feels like you have a lot of gratitude. And when it comes to love as well, I'm getting that you're a lot more in touch with your body than you typically are. And so it feels like, you know, there's a sensual side to you guys as well right now, whoever this belongs to. But this sensual energy is beautiful. It's like a very healthy goddess energy. You deserve to have like a healthy body image, and you deserve to have a healthy love life. And so it's good for you. I'm just getting like it's part of balancing. And I think that your diet as well is playing a role in this. I don't know if somebody's been working on their core or if they're just working on their morals and values, so they're aligning more with their body, but that all feels really good. So the way that it works is, so all of my subscribers get a reading and healing every time I come on live. So I'm still sorting out what my live schedule is like, but when you subscribe to me your first time in, we go deeper into your energy because it's your first time. And then at other times when we come on, we just go with the flow. So sometimes you'll get like a couple card pulls. Today we're just doing like quick reads through using art as a tool to read the energy. I'm also a psychic medium, intuitive person lady. That's what I call myself. And so it's really important, I feel like, when you're coming into this space, like that you're open to receiving anything that comes through, because again, I offer healings and clearings and I can help you manifest and stuff like that. So if you're drawn to me, chances are it's because you want to move forward with something. And so if you want to book in a reading with me, I'm doing some that I send over to your email, which is great. So like 2024 readings, full moon energy readings, theta healing downloads. I just posted some December reading options. So yeah, we do a timeline future reading for you. So I have lots of different tools. And so today, this is just something different I started playing with. We're just doing more like whatever we see through the images, playing with color, that sort of thing. So each day I've been working more on this and seeing how it really comes together as a full picture, which is kind of cool. I struggle with worry, fear, anxiety, acceptance. I take everything to heart. Okay, so that sounds like a lot of judgment, okay? So yes, we're working on subscriber energy, but of course, if we don't have a big group in here, it does allow me to play a bit more with our collective readings. And so Tink, if you'd like a message, just let me know. Don't worry if I've already been on here today. If we don't have tons of people on here, that's fine. And then you get to take up more space. I really appreciate your support and the taps and the likes and the shares and all that jazz. So Tink, let me know. Always. Okay, so one of the things that's coming through here, and then Sophia, feel free to come in as a subscriber and we can go deeper into you. But there's a deep, deep green here. And it feels like you need 50 shades of green right now. And so I'm not sure if that is what we're just talking about with that collective energy of like love in your life, or it's literally 50 shades of heart chakra. And so instead of having that that need to, you know, be whatever, sexually happy or relationship happy, sometimes it's also that the 50 shades of self-love. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like, how many different ways can we love ourselves? Honestly, I feel like if that were a book to write, it would be 50 Shades of Green. So it's not just about earthing yourself, it's just really connecting within. That's what I get. And so nature's been coming up for you a fair amount. And it doesn't feel like this is fear for you. It's just maybe focusing on pleasure in ways that you feel energetically called to, you know, because I see you wanting a lot of stuff, but sometimes it just feels like maybe those goals are too far away. Okay. And so don't be too hard on yourself if you feel like your goals are in the distance. You know, there's we can get a lot of beautiful pleasure out of working towards those goals. And sometimes that's the most fun, is like having a goal and being like, yep, I'm going to get there, you know? And so if you feel like your goal is too big or too heavy, well, that's a problem too. Reassess your goals, okay? So if goals are coming up for you and it's something you don't really feel aligned with anymore, shift it, okay? And if people get pissed off at you or they don't like that, well, they can stick it, okay? This is about control. It feels like other people's control issues around you, so I think that might be personal relationships right now. I'm pretty good to self myself, but getting to goals is not easy. Yeah, so if you're really good with yourself, right? 50 Shades of loving yourself. I mean, I would love to hear as well what your 50 Shades of loving yourself is. Is it buying yourself purses? Is it buying... Here we have skip the dishes when we like treat ourselves to a type of food. Is it plastic surgery? Is it getting your nails done? Is it going to a concert? I do deal with control from others and myself. Yeah. So, I mean, really explore that, because it's definitely coming up, okay? So I think that you think that you've maybe worked on that, but I don't think it would be coming up otherwise, because, yeah, it's just like, I don't know if you see anything in that, but it's just like someone that might be wearing a mask at times, you know? So again, if that's just relationships in general, something to work on, because if we're not happy in our relationships, then we're not really happy with ourselves, because otherwise, like, it seems like we're blaming other people when we get to choose who we're with. And this actually came up in our reading earlier today. So if you want to go back and watch that, that's underneath my YouTube channel. It's like an hour and 50 minutes. But I do find a lot of the messages that came through there were also related to you, okay? Yeah, not hard enough on myself, I don't think. I wouldn't suggest like being hard on yourself. My suggestion here would be, you know, creating more space for laughter and people that are like open, right? Sometimes it's getting together with the like-minded people, and often we don't know who those like-minded people are, because when we're changing, we have to kind of like leave the past behind, you know? That came up in somebody's 2024 reading today. A lot of it, because I'm going to start to see general messages in everybody's readings, a lot of it was being able to leave the past behind, because I think there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in 2024, and I haven't done the general reading yet. Okay, so there you are. So this is kind of how it works. I read the energy of the person. Sometimes I'll go deeper in. I also feel like pulling up some cards for us. So again, if you come in as a subscriber, we can focus more on you. You're welcome. I also want to light my sage. Will I find my dog, Samantha? Samantha Pedro. How long has he been lost for? Again, these readings are not free, but We'll see if we do collective energy here, if you'll be able to connect to what we're saying. It is recommended, if this is something that's important to you and you have the ability to, maybe subscribe and we can go into the Akashic Records of you and the dog. Anybody else involved? Thank you very much. Alright guys. Take everything to my heart. My energy has been drained because of her. I spent the week with him last week. And then Tinka saying most things are my fault, but also have no problem admitting my issues. Yeah. And so sometimes it's just like, you know, when we get in that energy, agree to disagree, and also cutting energy cords with people. My energy cord exercises underneath my profile. That's helpful for people. I've been referring so many people the last, feels like, year to my grief ceremony underneath my YouTube channel as well. Okay, so yeah. Again, just, it feels like in general we've got a lot of judgment energy here. And so somebody's talking about energy drain, right? Control. It's been 48 hours. His name is Yuki. I lost him on the speedway. I'm so sorry. I'm a student. I'm broke. That's okay. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah. There's a lot of fear and sadness around that, for sure. Yeah. So again, just doing some collective messages here, because unfortunately, you do have to subscribe to come in and get a reading. But I do a 3-question reading for $10 Canadian, which is not very much. It's very affordable, right? If you can pay for a couple apples or something, and you can pay for a reading. So those are 3 questions, and then I email you back the information. So definitely, like, it does take energy for me to go into somebody's energy. I'd love to help you out with that. That is a really crappy situation. So everybody send good vibes for her lost dog, Yuki. Okay. Yeah, so, and then somebody else is talking about any energy drains. I do teach a lot of that in my membership group, but one of the things that I feel like for myself that's been really helpful as we read this collective energy is keeping our own energy to ourselves, right? So don't give your energy away to people who don't deserve it. And also, if you feel like you're reacting to people, be careful of that. This is a full moon. Again, tonight is the last night for my full moon readings that I sent over to your email. I just opened up those December ones too. So that's something I'm doing just to see how it goes. But yeah, it just feels like keep your energy to yourself, you know? Like, sometimes we feed into negativity, right? Are you one of those? So be careful of that. And there's just so much judgment around here, it feels. So, you know, what do we do? Thank you for your support. Your hair drawing is amazing. Oh my, it's pretty interesting, isn't it? But it'll all come together. I'm probably gonna like do some painting and just see what kind of story it tells us. But just the fact that there's so much like judgment here with some of these like darker colors and the full moon, it's definitely like this need to do more heart-centered work, you know, give back to others, fight forward a bit more in this holiday season. It just feels like it's a really tough time for a lot of people, and just putting things back into perspective, right? And you're so welcome. So even just affirming that you're broke, you know what I mean? Like, and I get it, that's a statement that we make, but it's also like a judgment on yourself, you know? Maybe it's, I'm currently investing in my future, therefore I feel like I can't you know, shift my direction in other places other than where I'm setting my goals, which is great, but there are ways we can manifest money, just keeping that in mind. So I like tuning into some chakra energy here too. Some heavy stuff going on here. So it really feels like there are some people who, as we were talking about judgment, like, this stress is killing us. You know, it just feels like if you can move some stress my recommendation, it's funny, I was just thinking about putting underneath my store as well some Reiki healing for people so that they can go and watch the Reiki healing and all the information that's coming up for them and continue to receive that energy anytime they want to watch that video. I think that's a really great one, especially if you're struggling with like sleep or struggling with pain in your heart or something like that. So actually, after I get off here, I'll add that into my store. And again, I'll see how long I keep these up, just depending. But yeah, there's just some like people struggling with love right now too. It feels like some of our intimate relationships are just not where we want them to be. So just be careful and cautious of that right now. Because I think that when it comes to love right now, again, there's a lot of reactivity. So if you can just like be mindful and be aware of how you're reacting to people right now, I think that'll be helpful because I think you'll just get a little bit of a better reaction out of some people. But we've got a lot of fire with this Gemini moon. Hello, Angel, welcome in. So as always, we're doing our free readings for our subscribers in here. So if you want a message, just let me know. The grass isn't greener always greener on the other side. So I think that was coming up for someone recently where they said their dad used to always say that or something like that. So again, Angel, if you want a message, you are a subscriber, we can absolutely do that for you. Feeling a little sick to my stomach. Oh, well, guess we're not meant to do green. Guess we're back into the purple. I'm feeling really hot and feeling a little sick to my stomach, so I don't know if there's been somebody here who's been feeling a little sick or off or getting really worked up about stuff, but thank you very much. But yeah, there's just something's going on. So don't forget, guys, like with a full moon, like we're letting go. So let me know what you're letting go or what you've been letting go of with this full moon. But you know, if you've been detoxing a little bit, this might be your moon. So take a little better care of yourself if you're finding a lot of emotions are coming up at this time, okay? It's completely healthy, it's completely normal. And as we work with the full moon just a little bit more and learn how to do that and find out where our energy is, it becomes fun. No idea what this is, but it doesn't matter. Kind of getting, this is like our beaver. This is our beaver moon. Hello, girly. Thank you so much for subscribing. So let's go into your energy. So how are you feeling, girly? We're going to go into your Akashic Records here, okay? Because you're new. So that means we'll go directly into your energy. That's past, present, and future. So anything you want to have come up, we'll be able to get a good, accurate reading for you. Okay? I'm good. Okay, so my sense of smell has returned. Feel free to come in as a subscriber and we'll work on you. I don't know if you see a little beaver or some type of little creature animal in there. So what would your question be? We're going to go into your energy. So girly, do you have a first and last name? It's okay if you don't want to share. It's just helpful for me going into your energy. If you could take a deep breath as well. Feel free to share. And again, anything you want to focus on. You can even just say past or present or whatever's coming through. Can you all see the ceiling? If I'm saying that correctly. And again, what would your desire or focus be right now? Present business, okay. So, 4 wands, okay. So, when we go into your present energy, there's a lot of emotions, okay. First things first, it just feels like you are on the right track, okay. When we see this card, it's usually telling us there is a lot of success, but as a result of our success, our energy is kind of like feeling a little tired, that sort of things, because we're getting ahead. And so another thing that comes through here is that money is kind of presenting itself a bit. It just feels like when you think about money, it's just maybe grounding yourself a little bit more, because I know what it's like to have a business, and sometimes like money can be come up a little bit more in our minds, because again, that's kind of the goal of having a business, is to be successful, right? But this is saying you're on track, okay? So let me know if you have any questions, and so we can go deeper here as well, because it does feel like there's a little bit of distraction coming through for you. And I'm kind of getting that it's more you're working on your confidence as well, because I am hearing that sky's the limit for you. And so I think that, like, sometimes you're just, again, just judging yourself a little bit, getting into your head about some things, but you have this beautiful energy. And so I kind of feel like there is positivity for you. For some reason, travel is coming up, and I'm hearing Salt Lake City or Salt Lake. I don't know if that means anything to you, so I would just say like cleanse and release any like tension or stress that you have, or fear around worry. Fear, not just around worry, but like around like feeling like you're not on track, I guess, like anything that's holding you back. Because I think with Christmas coming in, I want to start a business. I own one with my hubby, but I'm not really involved. Okay, so, all right. So let's see what comes through here. So let's use the business with your hubby as this one, okay? But you're saying you're not really involved. So, okay, so this is, again, vacation comes up here, and what's interesting is if you actually look up these cards. Four of Wands says you are going to be successful, you are on the right track, but you need a little vacation. And so it's funny, Salt Lake City was coming up, or Salt Lake or something like that. So the fact that maybe it just feels like you need some time to cleanse, okay? So this makes sense why money or worry or fear might be coming up right now in relation to business, because you're just kind of getting started on that track. But the Chariot, when we see this card coming up, so you can literally look up what it means, it says that it's time for you to fight for your rights and your goals and the things that you want. And so if you're saying you want to break free and start your own business, then this is saying that that's something you have to fight for, even if that's something that your significant other is kind of like, maybe. I'm not saying that this person's not behind you, but like if that's something you want to do, the whole point is just then you've got to do that. You've got to fight to do that, and that's really important for you to have your own goals, okay? Let me know if this connects you. This is more going to be related to your business, or the energy of starting up that business. So Ace of Cups, this talks about emotional growth. This says like you are still learning a lot from these experiences, okay? But the rejuvenation is definitely needed, and the fight for what it is that you want is also needed. But it does say as a result of this, you do know you get people. And so in business, we need to get people. We need to understand people, right? So I studied HR and psychology because I wanted to understand business and psychology together, because these days we need both of those things, right? So Queen of Pentacles, also money related, the feminine side of money. This says that you get color, you get marketing, I just keep getting people. And so this is really great for you because you have that ability to like connect with others and build those relationship blocks with people. So in general, we've got need for a vacation, okay? Little time out. And then also the fighting for the new business. Then we have you've got this, okay? Because you have got the passion. And then also this is you enjoying like life a lot, and you enjoying whatever it is that you're marketing and selling, and you're really great at that portion, the sales piece. Let me know if this relates to you. Really? No, he's all in 100%, but I don't know what business to start. Okay. Well, regardless, this is saying that focus more on the confidence in terms of you really understanding it feels like you get yourself, okay? And I feel like the fact that you get yourself means that whatever you choose to do, it's going to attract people, the right people, and it's going to attract money as well because of your ability. People like people who can connect with emotions and that they can connect with themselves because they really believe in you. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of like this rejuvenation piece. I can't tell you how important that is. You guys need a vacation, okay? Business plans will relate to that. The ideas will come to you. Letting go of some things that are coming up for you that are making you feel blocked or heavy But the confidence piece is definitely going to come in more for you as things get clear, okay? So let's come up with the conclusion energy. Upside down, Three of Cups. This is the celebration card, okay? Again, you can look up this card if you want to, but see how you're cheersing each other. So yes, it's go do the thing. This doesn't have to be an expensive thing, especially if you have these fears and worries around money. This can literally just be the holiday. You get what I'm saying? But it's definitely this type of renewal energy of being able to cry and laugh and release and cleanse. And then this card definitely, there's reason to celebrate. So making sure that you are doing that. Sometimes we're celebrating what we're manifesting, even though it hasn't come in yet, because we believe it's going to. And we trust that the stars are going to align. So they absolutely will. If you want to go deeper into, you get a free reading and healing every time you come in here. So I appreciate you subscribing. But if you want to go into any type of like readings or healings, feel free to book through horsemanreadings.com. You can get my link tree underneath my profile. And I don't know, there's a few options there that I would suggest, but I'm going to encourage you to trust your vibes if that's something you want, because you are in that celebratory vibe and it's important for you to keep that energy flowing and keep it up, okay? So especially, you don't seem like a person who deserves to, have any negativity. And I'm so happy that your husband supports you with that, because that's another positive quality, right, that you have going on. So I feel like my beaver just turned into this little kind of like person who is in control, who's boss lady. But then I'm also picking up on someone else. So as we get out of your energy here, thank you so much. Sending you so much love and light. I'm also feeling like there's someone in here who is a little bit negative. So I think we saw somebody kind of trying to take over this reading or something. Did anybody see that? Where it was like, hey, message me, blah, blah, blah. So be careful of that. She is spamming this live. Okay, so I'm just going to block that person, guys. So thank you for people who are letting people know about that. I really should be reporting this person, so feel free to do that as well. So it's funny, I was kind of picking up on that here. And I don't know why just this pink energy keeps coming through for people. I think there's someone asking about pregnancy, guys. Pregnancy is also something that we do our best to stay away from, but now that I have some of these little readings and sales through my shop that I send over to you, feel free to ask any questions that you want about that in the private setting. It's just underneath TikTok. We try to stay away from things that are like that because there's so many different reasons, right? So it's just more just respect when we're working on a platform, okay? It's not that I'm not capable of tuning into that. Just so you know. And you're welcome, you're welcome. Okay, so just doing some more collective energy readings. If you want to come in and subscribe, feel free to do that. So a lot of heaviness coming through as well. So if you are a subscriber, come on in, guys. Take up some space. That's what I'm here for. Again, I'm just kind of doing some collective energy messages for some people. Sometimes I do free readings. Sometimes I don't. I was already on here today doing free readings for people. So if you want to watch the replay from that, you can go to my YouTube channel. I've got lots of free resources. Again, you can see that underneath my link tree right now, making amazing little offers for people so that you can get the support that you need. I'm getting a couple things here. I'm getting like a broccoli head. So to me, there's like this childlike energy with some people where it feels like we really need to rejuvenate our souls and our spirits, as we were just talking about. But then there's also someone who's really negative in here, who's unkind to other people for some reason. So just be careful of that. I am feeling like there's just somebody who's like either jealous of somebody else, who's being unkind. And so just be careful of that, guys. Okay, it's just not a great look on anybody. Yeah, there's like someone who's really in their ego as well. So if you don't know what the ego is, it's just when we're really in our head and we listen to those negative thoughts going on in our head. And be careful of it. Yeah, it's just really negative. So guys, this can be our own thoughts. Like, do you have negative thoughts that continuously go around in your head? Yeah, just Yeah, there's like a childlike energy here. And so I think about that as someone who's just not happy. And when we're not happy, sometimes we'll act out a little bit, okay? So be careful. I'm just going to put a little white light up. And I'm getting this is all related to impatience, okay? You can hear some people just with having a lot of chatter in their heads too, so careful with that. So, hello Tito, so you are a subscriber. I remembered. So if you'd like me to focus on you, I will. We're just doing some doodling here. I can also pull you up some cards. Still working on the same canvas. This is like half of the brain and the ego. Ego. So what would your question be if you had an area of focus? And we're just doing some collective readings here as well, because sometimes when we do these readings, it relates to a lot of people. And I'm kind of seeing trees as well. So Tito, what would your question be? It's okay if you don't want one, and it's okay if you don't want a question. I can pull you up a card. I can just do a general reading for you. What are like fears coming up for a lot of people today? So don't forget, this full moon energy is all about letting go of your fears. So it's a great time to do release techniques, release tools, whatever it is that you use. I do full moon rituals in my membership group under my VIP level. I do my full moon readings. What does my next week look like? Great idea. I think I might so I'm going to put some Reiki healing underneath my shop. And I'm also going to put weekly energy readings in there too. And I think we'll just see what comes through for people. But our general weekly energy is underneath my membership group for all levels too. So that's $11.11 Canadian. It's a monthly fee that you pay there too. All right, so looking into Tito's next week, I'm hearing and feeling the energy of sandpaper, okay? Thank you, Meek, for subscribing. I'm gonna put your name here. Okay, so you'll be next on the list. Sandpaper, okay? And so sandpaper, I'm kind of getting mushrooms and sandpaper, which is so weird. So one thing that you're gonna find out with this week, Tito, is there's some really rough energy, okay? And the reason why this is rough is because it's more about self-care for you. So if you're not doing self-care this week, I repeat, if you're not doing self-care this week, you will find that it makes things harder than it needs to be. And so you know how we can get in our own way? Well, that's kind of what it feels like. If you're not doing that self-care, you're going to feel like you're becoming like a little bit more difficult than you typically are, because I feel like this is still kind of full moon energy, the trickle effects. I feel I was so tired. Yeah, that emotional drain that was coming up for somebody else earlier as well. And I was saying to focus on our own energy a bit more. So that's one aspect, okay? So this fatigue is also kind of related to keeping things simple. Don't overcomplicate things when our energy is this way, okay? Keep it simple. Keep that as your motto. Whatever you need to do, post it somewhere to remind yourself. It's just also you're still letting go of unhealthy patterns of behavior. So have patience with yourself as you're holding space for yourself, because that's kind of what Spirit wants you to do, is like, okay, this harsh energy is getting old. It is getting old. You know the difference. You need soft and gentle, right? And then this is like a spaceship treehouse mushroom. So mushroom energy is very healing, lots of healing properties, very medicinal. Okay, so medicine. So I'm hearing herbology. That's obviously something I work with. If you don't know, I work with the energy of herbs. I make healing products, but it does feel like, and cinnamon can also bring in abundance. So maybe working with cinnamon If you want to check out my YouTube channel, I have rituals under there for free underneath my playlist. Check out some of those. That could be helpful for you, but anything medicinal, okay? Get out that lavender or whatever you're putting into your body. And then the treehouse is that playtime. Like, I'm almost feeling like Play-Doh. You know, when you used to make your own Play-Doh before you had to buy Play-Doh? Or before you bought Play-Doh, you would make Play-Doh. Remember that over the stove? So it's kind of like going back into a little bit of that. Like, taking that time. Because when we take the time, then it's like also taking time for us to be creative and that sort of thing, okay? This spaceship is you teleporting yourself to the places you want to go to, energy-wise. All right, so that's kind of what's coming through for your weekly energy. There is a little bit of a reward system that's coming through. If you didn't watch my free masterclass for my Foundations for Healing program underneath my YouTube live, also another important place I feel to go to get the Theta Healing downloads, because I really think you're going to resonate if you haven't watched it yet, okay? And then, I don't know, just own any energy that's coming up for you, because I think you're going to be like, oh yes, I do that too, or I do resonate with that, okay? Beautiful pink energy coming into some of this like heavy time for you. So I do, okay, no problem. I think that what's going to happen here is, there's going to be a female that comes in and helps you this week, okay? Just so you know. That'll be really helpful for you. She has lots of love for you, okay? So, thank you so much for your question. Just so you guys know, Tito is a subscriber. She just e-transferred, so this is my sister. Thank you. You're welcome. I was kind of feeling that vibe, but I just want you to trust that. Still allow whatever to come through, because again, when we do future readings, you never know. I'm also doing December readings, 2024 readings. Theta Healing downloads for people right now that I send over to your email via written email and the energy behind it. So that could be oops, always helpful. Now I'm all tongue-tied. So I wrote your name down here somewhere. Was it Meek? Meek. So feel free to take up some space here, okay? And if you have a question, we're going to go into your records, okay, which is the Akashic Records. I have a blog about it if you're curious to know about it. I'm not going to go into explaining it, but I go into your energy, okay? So, Meek, do you have a first and last name? If you want to share it, feel free to write that down, and anything you want to focus on. It could be past, present, future. It could be a question. Often I like to ask 2 questions so that we can see what comes through for your highest good. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of heat coming from you. Just picking something up the floor there. I'd love general love of what's happening at the moment in Akashic Records would be interesting. Okay, so basically, I'm just going to go into Meek 18, okay? Alright, and I'm going to ask you a question. Love, what's happening at the moment, okay? So we're already in your energy. This is basically, we call it Google for the soul. And this is a great place if you ever want to learn about the Akashic Records. You can go to my pro level membership group. And you can learn how to go into literally the Akashic Records for anything, people, places, things, trees, herbs, and you'll get the information. So then we ask questions about it, okay? My name's Courtney. Okay. So, Courtney, one thing that comes through here for you is it really feels like you're getting her done, okay? And so it feels like you have a really great energy. And so it really feels like you're very supportive, you're very kind, you're very lovable, which is great. And so I think that there's a lot of balance for love right now. That's what I'm getting, because it feels like you are doing a lot of the right things. I think sometimes you might attract people who are a little manipulative. And so I would there's a little caution here, because I feel like sometimes they can be a little like catty or something. I don't know if you know who these people are, but you know, when it's like they're coming across as really nice, but deep down it's because they are kind of like using you to get ahead or to get information or something like that. So regardless, there's just a caution about this either group of people or someone that's going to come in. And so a big thing is that just keep in mind, it's like, okay, it could just be because they're in it for themselves, all right? So when it comes to like love, it feels like there's a lot of spiritual healing that's coming to you. I think that you're attracting more people that are open-minded, and in the past you've attracted some people who were kind of like goofballs or not as, I'm gonna say, as intelligent as you, which is interesting. But I get that you've been hurt in the past and like some females around you. It just feels like, again, it could be like, it's just, I'm getting cattiness. And so I don't know if this relates to you at all, Courtney, but it does feel like the positive energy here is, I'm hearing quality over quantity, and that's something to really pay attention for your energy right now because you're asking at the moment. You also have Page of Cups. You've got a beautiful energy when it comes to your ability to spend quality time with people. I feel like you make them feel special. And I see like Christmas being a really good time for you, just kind of settling in and nesting a bit more. Even if that's not something you really want to do, it feels like that would be good for you. And then when I go into, thank you so much, by the way, for being here. You get a reading and healing every time, which is awesome. We do a lot of different things here, so feel free to follow some of my other stuff and check out my link tree. I'm seeing more of like a Lotus energy with you. Beautiful, beautiful energy, okay? And so Lotus is just like so many things. I don't know if you connect to the Lotus. But it's just like this is kind of the spiritual energy I'm talking about. It feels like, you know, right now it feels like you could dream a bit bigger, go a little further, maybe than where you're at, and maybe you're just don't want to push it too far, but I think you could go a little further right now. Because it's like Spirit saying, we've got your back, like, we're helping you manifest. I feel like you do a lot of manifestation work on your own time anyway. But a lot of the things that you've been asking for are coming into fruition, and Spirit's letting you know that they do listen to you. Sometimes I think you question that, but they are absolutely listening to you. So whatever you've been asking for lately, it's definitely heard. And so sometimes it's just a little bit of a job that they have to do behind the surface. So making sure you're really listening in and trusting a bit more. Okay, so any questions in relation to that, Courtney? Just let me know. Hello, Luli, welcome in. You also have, last card here, is someone who is just like opening up their mindset just a tiny bit more, okay? So yeah, say yes to things as well that are coming in, because I feel like this is kind of spirit led. When there's some type of opportunity, just be like, yep, instead of no, okay? So any type of resistance that you have, the urgency to say no before you've even heard what somebody has to say. This is because there have been people that have hurt you, and this is because of your past, and this is also because some of these people in your energy. So clear out the negative people in your life with this full moon. Again, if you want a full moon reading, I'm doing those until the end of tonight, so they get sent over to your email. I'm also doing theta healing downloads now for people over to your email, so even if you don't know what it is, trust me, you'll find it helpful. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for being here and subscribing. So Luli, if you'd like a message, just let me know. And anybody that wants to come in as a subscriber, feel free to do that. We've been doing some collective energy here as well. A little bit of fear coming up in the background, it feels like, for some people. It's like, we need to spread our wings and fly just a tiny bit more. You're welcome. And sometimes I show my face here too. So Lily, I'm just waiting on you, unless somebody hops in as a subscriber. Oh, I kind of see a little turkey there, so I hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. Can you talk more about healing theta? I do have a blog about theta, so feel free to check that out. I have one about Reiki, one about theta, one about the Akashic Records, sound healing. I'm just kind of developing that slowly, just so people understand a bit more about what it is. So theta healing is your unconscious limiting beliefs. So if I feel sad, right? I ask you, so say you're feeling sad, I can ask you, well, would you like to clear and release any type of sadness that's been coming up in and around your energy field? And then I ask you if you want to replace that energy with something positive. So would you like to know that it's safe, nothing bad will happen to you, to invite happiness in? So let's do that. Would anybody that's here like a Theta Healing download? Would you like to clear, cancel, and delete any sadness that's been creeping up in your energy field as a result of whatever the heck has happened to you? Would you like to know that it's safe, nothing bad will happen to you, to invite healing back into your life? I'm going to say that or something better. So just by saying yes, I go into the theta brainwave. You're all in beta, which is wake state. I go into dream state, which is what allows me to tap into this energy. I offer the healing. So again, everyone that says yes, that will start coming in instantly, or it'll come in future related, depending on where you are in your life. And it's really, really cool. So anyone who's open to that, I'm hearing. And then you just take a deep breath and I ground that energy, so that what will come up is there'll be another layer. Okay, so it's like, I'm hearing penetration. It's like, what the hell? So penetration to me could be like love life, right? That's my sign or symbol for love life. But it could also be there's someone who's had a sexual, who is sexually abused. Okay, could be a different thing. So this is where usually when we're doing a session, I can kind of connect to that. But again, when we're working with a bunch of people and we're just doing this as an example, I'm not going to go further into that. But regardless, even if I didn't know what the energy was, I would still clear it and then listen to spirit and they'll give me more information. Okay, so that's a little bit of a theta healing download. We can manifest things into your life. We can clear things from genetics, DNA, you name it. And so again, if you want to know more about theta healing, you can check out my blog, and you can also book in for that theta healing download opportunity. And you get a lot, and it's really supportive. And I also explain where and why the energy's there. All right, so it's a mouthful. And then usually I integrate the energy, but we only did one. However, we'll ask you, would you like to integrate all of that? And if so, just say yes. And I ask for that for all the people saying yes. Good. And I actually feel like that's just in general, I feel like that can actually be quite supportive for quite a few people. A lot of it is you have to agree that you want to release things, otherwise life will stay the same, right? And you have to agree that you want to attract things. And so me as a little bit of mediator and practitioner, I will help support you with bringing those things in. And so also new things come in as well. So this is something we do frequently. And if you're interested in more theta healing, I also do that through my membership group. There's like so much support in there. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. So Luli, you want to know just general energy? No problem. And the easiest way is just come in, also get a 15-minute for $35 Canadian right now until the 30th. I'm doing a 15-minute Zoom call, so you get a reading and healing, so we clear the energy for things that are coming up, and then it makes more sense. But I totally get it if you're like, what the hell is this? So I've taken a lot of different courses in theta healing. And so it's your subconscious limiting beliefs. We release fears, and then we replace it with positive energy, just like many other styles of healing. So Luli, inner child work, creativity, more joy, self-love. Okay, these are kind of your themes. I see a butterfly, I see a caterpillar. So stage 1, I'm getting the self. Not sure if you've had a chance to work on the Reiki healing yet, but self 1 is self-healing. Okay, the attunements are really what the Reiki healing is all about. So again, that's underneath my VIP membership, guys, for anyone that wants to learn how to do healing on themselves. And then the 2 is how to basically support other people. And so this is really helpful for people who want to send distant healing to your future. Okay, so when we learn how to do Reiki healing, you are sending healing to the future. So I'm getting that's more what the level 2 is going to be helpful for you, is to help you, like, okay, say I'm working on business, say I'm working on pleasure, whatever it is, I'm going to send Reiki healing to my future, and then it's going to relax me more. And so it puts you in the driver's seat and gives you a little more control. Okay, but that's really important for you to recognize. Also, if you're not budging right now, I think I mentioned for you to purchase sage. I also sell that through my website. And I sell smudge sprays as well, which can be great. Palo Santo is another good one, but I'm not sure if you actually ended up buying the smudge, but that feels important for you to do as well when you're working with energy. And so these two plans that you have, you've got some really strong plans coming in, which is interesting. I was kind of drawing some mountains here. A lot of interesting energy. So you're doing a lot of visualization work. Those tools are really helpful for you. And just keep reminding yourself that you can see into future. I think you question that sometimes. Okay. All right, guys, I don't see anybody else coming in as a subscriber. So are we done here? Does anybody have want a reading or anything like that? So yes, absolutely check out some of the offers I have. I'm going to be adding Reiki healing into that and a weekly energy reading. So again, there'll be lots available to you. I don't care who you are. Everybody's welcome in for those sessions. Okay, so it doesn't matter how high or how low your energy is. Everybody's worthy and deserving of these healings, and none of this stuff can hurt you. It has nothing to do with religion. So just by being open, it doesn't hurt, I feel, to at least try some things. Alright guys, take care and bye for now. Hello and goodbye.